Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss overrated credit cards. In this video, I've come up with a small list of cards that I feel are either overrated or I don't quite see the appeal of getting these cards. Now, a number of these cards on this list are going to be ones that either I've actually had before myself or ones that I've thought about getting, but now I realize that these cards aren't the greatest ones out there because there are better alternatives. Now I know this video may either annoy or anger some people who may look at some of these cards and either say, I have that card or I really want to get that card. Now as I've said in many of my videos, everyone's circumstances are different, so there may be some of these cards that could work out really well in someone's wallet, but as a whole, I think there are better alternatives out there. The first card is the Venture card. And when I say the Venture card, I'm not talking about the super strong Venture X Thor card that I've recommended in numerous of my videos. I'm talking about his little underachieving stepbrother that is the Loki regular Venture card. I got the Venture card a number of years ago before the Venture X even came out, and I got it because I wanted to increase my travel. But I remember after having it for 1 year and having that annual fee hit of $95, I was thinking to myself, what is the purpose of keeping this card? This is a card you have to pay $95 to get yourself 2x back on all of your purchases, and when you redeem your Venture miles, you get it back towards a statement credit only towards travel at being at 1 cent per point. But if you get something like the City Double Cash card, you can get 2x back on all of your purchases, have no annual fee, and when you redeem those points, you can get it back as being cash back that can go towards either travel or redeem it towards anything else or put it in your bank account if that is what you want to do. Now, since canceling the Venture card, they have added transfer partners, but if you want to take advantage of transfer partners, I don't know why you wouldn't want to have the Venture X card over the Venture card. The Venture X is a much better card in my opinion, and even though it does have a higher annual fee coming in at $395, it is much easier to offset the annual fee with that card as compared to the regular Venture card. I see the Venture card get pushed in ads all the time, and I'm thinking to myself, who is applying for the regular Venture card? I feel that most people who have the Venture card are just people who've had it for a long time and haven't really looked into other cards out there. Now, maybe there is a small group of people who would prefer the regular Venture card over the Venture X card, but I would love to know what would be the reasoning for that. In my opinion, the regular Venture card is in a weird place right now because if you want to stick with Capital One, the Venture X card is clearly a better alternative. And if you're okay with moving away from Capital One, you could get yourself either something like the City Double Cash card, and if you want to take advantage of transfer partners, add in the City Premier card. That's going to be the better option to have as compared to just having yourself the regular Venture card. The second card is going to be the Apple card. When the Apple card first came out, everyone wanted to have that card. Even over the last couple of years, people still really wanted to have the Apple card because it was a sleek, cool looking white metal card connected with Apple. If you have this card and you dropped it on a table at a restaurant, you felt like a G. There were many Apple fanboys out there who had to have this card. But if you look into this card just a little bit, you realize there's a lot of dumb things about this card. My feeling is that this should have never been a widespread credit card. This should have been a store credit card similar to like a Home Depot or Best Buy credit card. Now, Apple did make a lot of money from this credit card, so it was very wise for them to make it, but Goldman Sachs no longer wants to have anything to do with this card because they lost a ton of money on it and other issuers aren't jumping to take its place. Now, I'm someone who really likes Apple computers. In fact, I've only had Apple computers for the last 15 years. If you got this card specifically to purchase an Apple product like a MacBook Pro, then I completely understand that. But if you got this card for everyday use, there are many better alternatives out there. One of the things that drove me crazy about this card is that so many people got the card because of how it looked and how it felt. But the thing about this card is that if you used the card when you went out to dining or anywhere, it wasn't the smartest choice because the way you actually got yourself a higher multiplier was using the card through a mobile purchase. So if you have this card, you should never even take it out because you're gonna get yourself less return on your spend, which completely defeats the purpose of having a cool, sleek looking card. I know so many people who use this card daily for years just because of how cool it looked. And all I think to myself is, damn, Apple is so good at marketing to convince all these people to use their terrible card, even though if they just did a little bit of research, they could see that there's so many better alternatives out there. The third card on my list is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now I have another video on my channel breaking down my issues with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but as a whole, I just feel that the Chase Sapphire Reserve needs a revamp because the Venture X is just a better version of this card. When I look at the more popular luxury travel credit cards out there, I see where they fit in the game, but the Chase Sapphire Reserve kind of seems out of place. The Capital One Venture X card is a luxury travel credit card that does have a $395 annual fee, but it can be easily offset if you just take advantage of the $300 travel credit because then you're also going to get yourself 10,000 Venture miles every anniversary of having this card. The American Express Platinum card is a card that has a $695 annual fee, but if you're someone who's willing to put in the work, you can get yourself way more value than that from having that card. So if you don't want to have to put in the work, you go with something like the Venture X card. If you're willing to put in the work, you go with something like the American Express Platinum card. The Chase Sapphire Reserve is a card that does give you an easy $300 travel credit, but the card has a $550 annual fee, which means that you're gonna have to put in the work to try to take advantage of the different credits connected with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but it's not even gonna usually even offset the annual fee. So with most people who have this card, the way that they're offsetting the annual fee is from a ton of spend on this card. And I don't think that this card is a terrible earner card, but if I was to compare it to the Venture X card, I think that the vast majority of people would get more points from having a 2x catch-all card as compared to the multipliers connected with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So when I compare the Chase Sapphire Reserve to other cards out there, I wonder, what is the reasoning for people to want to have this card? Is it because you like the Chase ecosystem? If you do really like the Chase ecosystem, then why not get either the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Ink Preferred card, which will give you access to Chase's transfer partners. And if you want to get yourself lounge access, then get yourself the Venture X card. And even with those two cards combined, you're still gonna have a lower annual fee than the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. Or if it's because you like the ease of use with their points, getting yourself 1.5% back when you redeem through Chase's travel portal with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, what I would say to that is, why not get something like the Outtour Reserve card? That card's gonna give you the same redemption bonus and also very comparable earning rates. I do understand that the Chase Sapphire Reserve makes sense for some, but I hope that they make changes to it because it just feels out of place to me at this moment. The fourth and final card on this list is the American Express Black card. This is one that many people are probably gonna call me a hater, and I completely understand why, because you can say, how can you hate from outside of the club when you can't even get in? That's an accurate statement, but when I look at this card, all I think to myself is that people want this card because of the exclusivity. The card itself is actually good, but is it worth a $10,000 initiation fee and then after a $5,000 annual fee? I'd have to be making an absurd amount of money to be able to just give this amount over to American Express without even caring about it. Even the super popular and super famous Kevin Hart is smart enough to get himself the Chase Freedom Unlimited card over the American Express Black card. Obviously, I'm kidding because Kevin Hart is getting paid an exorbitant amount of money by Chase to advertise that card, but all jokes aside, is the American Express Black card really worth what they are asking for, or do people just want it because of the exclusivity? Maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but I feel like if American Express let anyone who they wanted to apply for this card, far less people would actually end up getting it, because what would happen is that people would see that it isn't really worth having, and since it isn't just gonna be a status symbol because anyone could apply for it, then it wouldn't be worth putting into your wallet and giving American Express all of this additional money. But that's it, those are my 4 overrated credit cards. Hopefully people didn't get too butthurt from watching this video. If you want to, drop in the comment section down below that the World of High credit card is the most overrated and dumbest card, and I'm a fool for thinking otherwise. I don't care. The card works out well for me, and if you have any of the cards on this list and they work out well for you, keep on using it and keep on earning those points. But hopefully you enjoy this video. Let me know in the comment section down below which card you think is the most overrated card. Now, if you happen to have any questions about any of these cards, also drop this down in the comment section down below. I'll do the best I can to answer them. If you happen to really like this video, then do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and have a beautiful rest of your day.